Hello and welcome to our A-Level Politics presentation. It is Mr. Turner here. Just going to go through with you all the course offerings that politics has to offer. So just going to start with a little video about why we should study politics and why it's actually important in modern day society.
Well, see, the European Parliament is trying...
I don't do politics. Surely they're not digging it up again.
You don't do politics, remember?
How come we never win anything?
Naughty, naughty. Politics.
£3.50?
Now then.
For crying out loud.
No.
Isn't someone going to do something? Well,
Oi!
Politics affects almost everything. So if you don't do politics, there's not much you do.
What? Last orders is... sorry.
For registration and voting details, call 0800 3280 280.
So after watching that video, it kind of shows why it is so important that we are going to study politics. And if over the next few slides just shows some headlines that are pulled from the front pages of newspapers over the last week, everything that we do in life has a political aspect to it. Apart from the last slide, as you will probably see when you get there. So why study A-Level Politics with myself and Mr. Jacks here at Coombe? Well, I'm going to try to answer these questions over the next couple of slides of what exactly will students be studying in year 12 and 13, how is the course examined, and actually why should you consider politics as an option. As you can see at the bottom of the slide, these are the three core bits of content that we are going to study during our A-Level Politics course. They are the UK politics and core ideas, UK government and non-core political ideas, and finally we're finishing off with some comparison with global politics. So the first paper and the first strand of the politics course is looking at UK political ideas and core political beliefs. So what we will study during this topic is democracy and participation. So how is our country made up and how is it governed, and participation groups. How do people become involved in politics? We also look at the key historical and current political parties. We look at the electoral systems that we use in this country and the voting behaviour, as well as the media. Okay, how do the media impact politics? We also look at three core political beliefs that are prevalent and prominent in our country, which is socialism, conservatism and liberalism. This is what we'll study in the UK politics and core political ideas section of the course. So the second core part of our course is looking at the UK government and non-core political ideas. What this essentially means is we've looked at the UK politics and the history of it, but now we are going to look at how the government is formed. So we look at the Constitution of the United Kingdom, we look at the role of Parliament, and we also look at the Prime Minister. Now the role of the Prime Minister has changed so much over the last couple of years, depending on who you are talking about. Some Prime Ministers think it's appropriate to have parties and break the rules, and we're going to learn about the role of what the Prime Minister should be. And then the relationship between all these different branches of government. One of the best reasons, and one of the best reasons you should study A-Level Politics, is that we also look at one non-core political idea. They are below in green. The beauty of this is that depending on who we have in front of us, that is who we will choose and how we will choose our non-core political ideas. Be feminism or multiculturalism, it is really a student choice. So that is why we are going to encourage you to do this course with us. The final strand of our politics A-level is looking at global politics. And this is actually a comparison paper. So everything that we're going to learn in the global politics, we will eventually compare it to the UK. But what do you actually study in global politics? So sovereignty and globalisation, what does it mean to be a sovereign state? But also globalisation, the world is becoming interconnected, even more so. And how do intergovernmental organisations actually govern, and who holds the states accountable? Secondly, we look at the global governments in terms of political and economic. Why and how do organisations like the World Bank help out countries when they're struggling with their money? But then also looking at the human rights and the environmental. How are human rights breaches held to account? And global warming is the biggest threat we face in our lifetime, and what environmental organisations are set up to help. We look at power and development. How does a country come to power, and who holds them to account for that if they're not using their power correctly? We also look at regionalism and the European Union and other such regional organisations, and how they help play a part in individual states' governance. And finally, we bring that all back and we compare that to the UK politics section. It is really exciting because if you have studied with us here at Coombe before, you'll know that we do migration at GCSE, and this is a big continuation of that, and we are really excited to teach you this. So how is the course actually examined? Well, it is split into 3 papers, all equally weighted, and there is no coursework. So what will happen is you will sit all 3 of these exams in June of year 13. They're all 2 hours long, and most crucially, they are all extended essay questions. So you need to be comfortable with writing a lot. If you are looking at this and thinking, I don't understand any of this, I don't know any of this, that is even more exciting for myself and Mr. Jacks, because we are passionate and we are able to teach you and actually coach you how to write extended pieces of work. So what might some of the questions actually look like on the A-level politics papers? Well, what we have done is we have collated a few examples for each paper. Take a few minutes just to read through the type of questions that you are going to be asked, and see what you have to think about them. So how is the course taught? Well, there's plenty of focus on exam technique and practice. And actually what we do need you guys to do is be independent. There's going to be a lot of independent reading and research. The beauty of this subject is that we could discuss anything that's happened in the news that week. So you need to be proactively researching and reading, ready for debate and discussion and examination in class. There'll be regular discussion and debate, but it would also require students to complete that work outside of lessons. And that regular debate and discussion will lead into an examination technique or question, applying what you have learned outside the classroom. And also, how is it taught? Well, you have 2 experts with a background in politics and political science that are so excited and passionate to be offering this subject. And our passion will shine through to you and hopefully pass that on to you as well. So why should you consider doing A-level politics here with us at Coombe? Now, if you're interested in current affairs and the ideas behind how society is organised and governed, and if you want to bring these and apply them and actually understand why they are happening in the world, then this is the course for you. If you're comfortable with independent research, writing essays, creating arguments and applying this, and deploying your large amounts of information, then again, we are the right choice for you. And also, university courses love the transferable skills that politics is able to offer. You see the question at the bottom of the slide there where it says humanities pathway. Now, politics is one of the subjects that we don't offer at GCSE, but other subjects that we offer only at A-level, such as psychology, sociology, criminology, they all have transferable skills that work really well with what we are offering in politics. If you want to take a humanities pathway towards university or later employment, doing a subject such as politics, history, English, geography, all the ologies, this is the right course for you, and they play very well with each other when applied together. So that's it. Thank you so much for taking the time to look through this presentation. If you weren't with us on Open Evening, please take the time to look through it again. And if you have any further questions about the A-Level Politics offer that we have here at Coombe, please email either Mr. Jacks or myself, Mr. Turner, on the emails provided in the final slide. Thank you so much for your time, and hopefully look forward to welcoming you to A-Level Politics in September 2024. Thank you very much.